we're getting a lot of requests from providers around the clinician continuing education. How do we handle those classes and whatnot? I got a new spin on this, and our team decided to go ahead and run with my idea, which was cool. I loved it. But what this is part of that continued education where they need to do certain courses to maintain their licensing. Providers also require those roles to have proficiency testing or to be able to provide a proficiency demonstration. So the ask is, how do we record or give somebody the opportunity to kind of virtualize and execute on this recording need more ad hoc? And so we thought, okay, how about a Power App? So this is sort of the platform of, if you think about me going into this area where I've decided I'm going to take this particular proficiency, so this aspiration risk screening, I have an opportunity to look at some collateral, look at a PDF. I could schedule some time using bookings where I can go and meet with somebody and make sure that I'm really understanding the actual process and how to go about this. And then the third component here is what we worked on today for the hackathon, which is this submit a recording of this proficiency task for my manager or the training manager to review, approve, and then that translates over into the LMS. So what we used is Power Apps to make this happen, because Power Apps, you can connect in your camera. And there's my camera. Hi, everybody. So here's the Power App, and obviously the camera only works at one thing at a time. The other challenge from the provider, though, was, look, we are using a lot of shared devices, so we can't really use Teams recording. There's a layer of complexity there. So this app is actually utilizing the Windows camera. And it feeds that camera into this Power App. So think about, I go to that other page I showed you, I click on, I want to take my class, I want to record, I click it. This Power App pops up. All I have to do is hit the start button. It's going to start recording my activity. So I can show my proficiency. It records the audio. I stop. I can go ahead and, oh, I don't like the way my hair looks. What hair, Joe? Just kidding. I could discard the video, start over, or I could submit the video. Once I submit that video, there is a secondary page to this that'll show me all my recordings, my previous recordings, where just the history, right? And then the manager would get notified that these are available. DJ, are you on?
Yep, I'm here.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that flow, please?
Yeah. So what basically in the back end here is the we wrote a Power App flow, and bear with me, I'm not really a Power Apps person. I learned a ton, and I thought this was a great thing to work on. But what we basically did was we found a template of this existing flow and kind of modified it and hooked it up to what we needed to do, where essentially what it does is it goes in and it collects all of the frames captured by the camera. It collects the audio, right? Puts that into a collection. And then what it does is through and if Joe, actually you want to go to the flow itself in the Power App, it goes kind of step by step here. And it's we parameterized everything, and it goes in and basically sends that to an external API where it's going to take those images, put that together, create a video, and then push that back to blob storage. From there, once that's done, it's going to get the response of the API, figure out where it is in blob storage, and make that video available. We got this whole flow working, and there were a lot of kind of steps to figure out here. And a bunch of us were relatively new to Power Apps. So this was really cool, seeing how quickly you can get something like this set up to work on a task like this. The overall, the idea of this this app that we had that we're thinking about would be something like this. The idea is that through a combination of two Power Apps flows, with this app, one of them can be for notification processing. The idea is you use this app and you basically, when you log in, you can create, if you're like an admin, hey, I need to have my people work on this. There's a notification processing flow that can go talk to Azure. put some metadata in something like Cosmos DB, and then from there, what it can do is when the users log in, they see, hey, I need to go upload through the notification flow. They're going to see, oh, I have some stuff to do. Then what Joe showed was kind of the bottom part, this video processing, where what it would do is you collect the video. We're using an external API, but you could use, I'm sure we have some native services. We obviously didn't have time to do this. But then what we would do is the video gets collected, it goes into Azure storage, and we use something like functions on the back end to come up and automatically update the metadata so that when the Power App comes back around to Cosmos, when the manager logs back in or refreshes, we check the metadata and see that, oh, Joe updated his video. Let me go read that. If everything looks good, I can mark his stuff as complete. So the idea is that we use Cosmos DB to store all the metadata for the app. We use the flows to generate all of that data and trigger who's talking to what, and to host the actual app, and then blob storage and something like functions to trigger really the automation to update things when they come in.